don't know why I just hit record, y'all. I ain't got no clothes or nothing on. I'm in my attire I slept in. Decided to go ahead and grab some breakfast through the drive-thru, of course. But I want to touch, kind of tap in with y'all with talk about this, your name in all caps, your name, your government name, your state name. You know how people talking about, someone calling you by your government name. In the hood, we're good for saying that. Don't be calling me by my government name. Y'all realize, we are government, right? If you operate that name properly, right? You are the government. The people are the government. And we give credit to someone else who's not supposed to be running anything. That's why I say power to the people. That's one of the things Trump used to talk about, putting the power back in the hands of the people. And it went over a lot of people's head. They're too busy calling them racist. They wouldn't understand what the fuck he was trying to say. I'm sure he couldn't be blunt and straight up and say exactly what in layman's terms, what he was saying. You take control of your name and you actually operate that name like you're supposed to, you would be more powerful than you could ever imagine. We talk about HJ 192. All debts are obligations of the United States. And you know that your name, your government name, is a U.S. citizen, right? Is that not a part of the United States? Is that not the obligation of the straw man? Not of you, the living man? That's why you're supposed to take control of it and use that to pay all your bills. It's not your obligation. Working from the sweat of your brows, from your 9 to 5, you acting as the straw man. That's why you working super hard, working 8, 10, 12 hours a day for some company that's already making millions, so that you could pay your bills. But when you take control of your name like you're supposed to, and you operate that state agent, I don't want to say that. You operate your estate the way you're supposed to. You wouldn't be the one paying all the bills out of your pocket, out of your paychecks. If it's an obligation of the United States, if the debts are obligations of the United States, and you were using that name properly, you would be using that name to discharge your debts. And you would be aligned with the Federal Reserve Act. You'd be aligned with the Bills of Exchange Act. I'm reading this stuff. We've been bamboozled, y'all. Actually, we've been misinformed all our lives. The Constitution. People say, oh, the Constitution don't apply to us. Who the fuck said that? I don't know. Who the fuck keep making these dumbass rules up, trying to make it sound like a us versus them? And it cause you to get in your emotions and then get to a point where you don't even want to study anything for yourself to affirm nothing. You just take it, you hear it, and it's regurgitated so many times throughout across the internet from these so-called gurus, or the people who are just listening to the damn gurus, and they regurgitating with no information. They don't study nothing. They just listen to videos and people that's ranting. They don't show you anything. They don't give you no sources to read. They'll give you no sources to read. But they come up with these little solutions that they made up. I check everybody that called my phone personally. They called my phone about some type of how can I say, some type of remedy somebody that made up, saying, oh, they're doing this, and they're discharging cars, they're getting cars with it, they're getting houses. Who the fuck who's they? Show proof. Where's the proof? I don't care nothing about no hearsay. Somebody claiming that, and you can't be your own commercial. You can't be your own commercial telling, y'all letting you can't just let people come in bamboozle y'all with anything. Just tossing you being tossed about by every wind and doctrine across the internet because you just listen to everything everybody's saying, and it sounds so good because they sound so charismatic with what they're saying. Till you just buy into it, or you know it. You just buy into it and just you pay for their little processes, unproven processes. I be warning everybody that call my phone with it, but you'd be surprised how many people just totally ignore what the fuck I'm saying. Instead of spending thousands of dollars on these different processes, yet they'll call me and want to talk to me for free. Won't listen to shit I'm saying because they're too busy buying shit off the damn internet. And you won't read nothing. But that name and all that, your all caps name, your government name, that is a United States citizen. But it is the creditor. It's not supposed to have you bound in slavery. You're supposed to be controlling it so you can live your life more abundantly. You read this, the Bills of Exchange Act. I've been reading it. I started reading it about a couple of weeks ago, but I'm really deep, reading it, like really going into it. I started out with the Federal Reserve Act, and I've read that. And I'm reading the Bills of Exchange Act and other materials that's actually supporting it. So I'm really kind of going off into it because my life about to change. I'm reading about the bonds, all these different things, how this stuff works. And when you learn how this stuff works, man, you're able to stop people from actually controlling your name, raiding your estate for all types of money, funding or whatever, bonds and whatever they're trying to do with it. You're able to control it. But when the vast majority of people are ignorant to the law, and we don't know what that name is. We hear about the all caps name, the straw man, but it goes over so many people's head, and that's fine. Keep in mind, y'all, the world operates like this is the way the universe operates. You can't free everybody. Everybody's not ever gonna be free. Not everybody. Because the world will always operate, on the polarity. There will always be slaves and masters, just like hot, cold, east, west, north, south. The world will always operate like that. That's how it operates. That's what keeps it balanced. Feminine, positive leaders and followers. So we will always have have those in this world, in the world. So I don't expect for everybody to get it. So there'll always be some people that just won't get it. So it's supposed to only reach the ones that it's supposed to reach. You're supposed to take control of that name. And just imagine if you take control of that name and you learn how to actually discharge your bills every single month. I'm only thinking that I even thought about yesterday when I'm like, you think about the place you call, your rent. Say your rent, for instance, or your mortgage or whatever. And you send a power of attorney, rebutting the presumption of death with a power of attorney and all that good stuff. And you start operating with the Bills of Exchange Act, and you do that with your rent, your water, your gas. You just imagine you do that. Now that's the long way to do it. I had an epiphany again yesterday. Just imagine if you just did that with a credit card company a credit card company. Say you got a credit card. Say your monthly bills are probably maybe $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Ooh, not that much. Ain't nobody paying that much. Most of us are not. But just say you got a credit card, you paying maybe $5,000 a month worth of bills every single month, and you got approved for. You cannot get approved. It's security fraud if they try to not approve you. And all you have to do is know the laws in order to enforce that. There's another video that I actually saw where this woman actually she shut that shit down where Navy Federal had she was giving a testimony on, was Mensa? Mensa, I can't pronounce that man's name to save my damn life. It's a name he made up. He teaches about, the bills of exchange and stuff like that. He's always teaching people that stuff. He teach you all of that. He shows you, 12 USC 1341. If you look in there, it shows you that the banks are the borrowers. The banks are supposed to pay the interest. Those are the banks. The banks are paying that. Now keep in mind, you're supposed to be operating as a bank. You're supposed to be operating as a bank. That's why you get those monthly, those bills in the mail every month. I'm gonna tell you about the epiphany in a second. I ain't forget. Just imagine you just doing that. You stamping that thing, you mailing it back, whatever. Just imagine you doing that every single month. Not stamping it, but you endorsing it properly. You're endorsing it properly, you mailing in, Keep in mind, it's not coming out of your pocket. It's coming out of your estate. It's being paid through your estate. Keep in mind, you gave the Social Security number, you gave your name, birthday, all that stuff to you. All that's information from your estate. That's your estate information. You gave that. You're the one that gave that to them. They are the borrower. They borrowed your information. They use that information on an application. That application is the security. That's the security, the collateral security that they use to give to the Federal Reserve, one of the 12 Federal Reserve banks. Depending on where you are in this nation, they submit it to there in exchange for Federal Reserve notes. And the Federal Reserve Act. Federal Reserve Act, Section 16, Part 1 and 2. It tells you that they can submit that application into it. The application is pretty much like a promissory note, and they give that they receive Federal Reserve notes in exchange for that application. So you gave them something, they turned it in, and put it on the information on the application. That application filled with the information you have with your signature. That's how they obtain the Federal Reserve notes. So you gave them something. You're really the creditor. And then they switch roles with you, because they're banking on you not knowing. Because if you look at 12 USC 1341, you'll see it says that they are the borrowers. That's what that's their responsibility, is to borrow. That being said, now borrowing, they're supposed to pay the interest. That's what their job is. They'll never borrow. They don't loan you anything. Okay, now so they borrowed your information. They're the ones doing the borrowing, and they switch roles with your ass because you don't know. I just imagine you operating like you're supposed to as the real government. You're being self-governing because you're using your government name, that state agency, which is that straw man also. It's a United States citizen. You're supposed to be using it, your state, to live your life like you're supposed to live your life. Now, the epiphany. Just imagine you just get a credit card. Your bills are, say, about $4,000 or $5,000 a month. You get a credit card, get approved for a $6,000 credit card. And you put that shit on auto pay and have it pay all your bills every single month. And then you just when you receive that payment thing, that bill of exchange, that note, whatever coupon. The coupon that you receive every single month, you receive that for the credit card. And you just do it for one company. And that's the credit card company. Instead of doing it for all of your utilities and your bills. Just do it for that one and put that credit card on auto pay. Easy fix. And you just do that with one company. That's the epiphany I had. Because it'd be a hell of a lot easier just doing one coupon a month than doing 5 or 6 coupons with, you know, over and over. I'd rather just do one coupon and be done with it. And have it on auto pay. Just do it like that. But the money you still got cash flow. But the woman who actually got denied, she wrote, I might even add this. I might even add that clip to the end of this video so y'all can see it. It was her testimony. She learned it from the Mensa guy. Damn, why I can't think of that guy's name. Let's see if I can find this man. I don't want to mess around and miss the breakfast over here. That phone don't have internet unless I'm close by the house. Or I use my hotspot on this phone. But what's that guy's name? It's Mensa something. I'll show you the video. When you see it, you'll see his name will be at the bottom, so that way he get credit for what I'm talking about. The man knows what the fuck he's talking about. He validated what he's saying with all the laws he talks about. But anyway, he had a testimony come on his Instagram. And I was listening to it. The lady was talking about how she got denied by Navy Federal for a $7,000 credit card. And she went to she emailed them, the consumer lending department or something like that. She'll explain it, but she called them out on security fraud because the application is the money. You don't get the application, then say I'm denied, because you're getting paid from the application itself. So you don't deny me my own credits after I gave you the information to go on this application. Now you getting that application, you gonna get paid, but you turn around and tell me I'm denied. That's security fraud. So she called him out on it. It was like it's okay, we did a reevaluation and you've been approved. $7,000 card. So she was happy about that. And I thought about that. If I had a $7,000 card, that'd pay all my bills every month. I wouldn't have to worry about working. I'd be able to live my life freely. Especially when you know how to endorse the bill every single month. You endorse the bill every single month and you ain't coming out the pocket like that. You ain't got to work hard like that, working on 9 to 5. I think like that. I'm like, shit. That should have changed my life. But anyway, I thought I'd make this video because that was, you know, stop running from the all caps name. Stop running from your name. Stop trying to change it. Trying to create a new straw man with these name change decrees. You know, just validate, you know, make sure you sign your documents properly. Make sure you're operating properly. Get your power of attorney. Power of attorney, create your own power of attorney or executive letter, however you want to call it. I guess that might be because my power of attorney is pretty much drafted more like an executive letter because, I mean, I'm rebutting any presumption of death. I didn't appoint nobody. You appoint a power of attorney is where you're appointing someone to operate your estate on your behalf. I'm actually operating my own estate, appointing myself. So I don't know if I want to still call it a power of attorney or an executive letter. Either way, I'm rebutting the presumption of death, and the intention in my document is very clear. So I just thought and I have it notarized already. So. And now I'm starting to get my paperwork on, you know, I'm doing a variety of things at once. So I'm pacing myself so I don't get overwhelmed with my work. And you can use this same thing as, you know, when it comes to these court cases. Like these people just administering your estate. You can stop that shit. They're using your estate information for bonds. You know, they're creating bonds. Of course, you already know about looking on Treasury Direct. There's a calculator that they have on their website. You can put the case number in there and it'll show you that they got bonds on the court case. I went even further. I put the Social Security number to the name. The Social Security number to my son's estate, the Social Security number to my estate, even baby mama's Social Security number. I got that too. Put that in there. They got bonds on all three. All three plus the court case. All they're doing is raiding our estates, y'all. And you got to take your rightful place. Stop wanting to act like you are the name. You are the executive of your own estate. You are the agent over your estate. If you want to call it the registered agent, that's proper. You manage your own estate. Rebut that presumption of death with a power of attorney, or executive letter, or whatever you want to call it. But you got to make your intentions clear of what you're doing. You're appointing yourself and you're revoking any powers of attorney, any previous powers of attorney, and serve who you're trying to make sure it applies to. Name them in your certificate of trust, in your certificate of service. And if your state requires you to record it in the county recorder's office, record that shit. Record the proof that you served them. Take control of your name and stop other people from raiding your estate. I'm going hard with mine now. I'm going hard with mine. You fuck around and let me know that now. I don't worry about nothing. My life about to change for the better. I'm about to live my life more abundantly. But I read this stuff. Y'all got to read. You got to read this stuff, y'all. Go read them things I'm talking about. The Federal Reserve Act, the Bill of Exchange Act, 12 U.S.C. 1341, the Constitution, the state constitution. You're supposed to be living your life the way you're supposed to live your life. Not being enslaved by these people these people that's taking advantage of you because you don't know who you are. Blatantly, that's all it is. You don't know who you are, so that's why they take advantage of you. And that's just the way this world is. Dog eat dog world. And then what they call it, a dog eat dog world, something like that. I know I probably slaughtering that saying up for years. I still ain't saying it right. Anyway, I'm gonna get on off this get on off of here, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I don't want breakfast to not be served. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. If you hadn't liked and subscribed, go ahead and do that. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Emos signing out.
I'm residing in this state, and the business is authorized to do business. I was trying to tell a guy because his got thrown out because he didn't establish the parties. And you have to establish the parties if they're authorized to be in that jurisdiction. I mean, are they authorized to do business in that state, or do they reside in that state? Because both parties must be in that jurisdiction to be able to go to that court. So that was amazing that you was able to ask that. Now, kind of tell them a little bit about when you first got denied for your credit card. Because so many people get denied for credit cards. Like, oh my God, they declined me. I really need that credit card. And a lot of the people ask me, wait, man, so if I don't have a job, how can I pay for things? And I say a credit card. Well, what if I don't have a credit card? Now, can you please tell all the ones that are okay, what exactly did you do and what did not do, all right, to get that approval on your credit card?
I love how much of a win this is. At first, I didn't even realize that this was so significant. But yeah, I got denied for a Navy federal credit card recently. I think it's probably because I've been utilizing my credit, so my credit score is probably a little bit lower than what it should be, which is fine because I'm using my right to credit.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I got denied, and I was like, after what I know, there's no fucking way.
Oh, fuck.
So anyway, of course you say?
It say ain't no fucking way.
No way. There's no way. Anyway, so I took a deep breath. I got on the phone with Navy Federal, and as I'm waiting there, I'm just really trying to enjoy the smooth jazz on the call, line waiting. And then I get to the employee, and I was like, oh, hey, Renee. Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of a mix-up. I applied for a credit card, and I got denied. And she goes, oh, yeah, you'll get something in the mail. It'll tell you why you got denied, and then you can appeal that. And I go, Renee, I don't care about the reason I got denied. I'm sitting here looking at the Equal Credit Opportunity Act here on my computer, and denying me access to my credit, that's discrimination. Is there anyone else I can talk to? And she tells me that I can, she told me that her supervisor isn't really going to do anything. She said that he's going to say the same thing. So she told me to communicate with the lending team in writing And I was like, great. And she goes, yeah, and actually just do it through the messages here on the website. So she kind of helped me navigate it and get me to the messages. She goes, and then put attention lending team. And then might want to get some pens out because this is what I wrote. I applied for a Navy Federal credit card on 9/25 and got denied. Regardless of the reason for being denied, I have the right to credit. Withholding my access to my securities is securities fraud. You are violating the Equal Credit Opportunity Act and Consumer Credit Protection Act. Since you are denying me my credit, please retract my application. Thank you. And then I signed it as my last name, Vaughn, and then Holly Arlena, and then I said attorney in fact for the all capitals name, Holly Arlena Vaughn. Mm-hmm. And then I submitted it, and then the next day I got a response saying that I was approved. It said, thank you for your message. We completed a second review of the application. The American Express card will be approved for $7,100. Please allow 24 to 48 hours for the new account to appear online. Anyway, so I was just laughing. I was laughing because like this isn't a joke. This is real, and I just totally exercised my rights, and I got my own access to my credit. So Navy Federal isn't done with me. Once I get that bill in the mail, I'm gonna be endorsing it.
Exactly, and y'all, she's in her mind her mind is correct because she's already on. Okay, I'm ready to endorse. Y'all, she didn't even realize the credit card was Remedy. Because when I said, "Hey, that's Remedy," she was like, "I didn't think it was Remedy. I mean, I just changed my decline to approval. I mean, I still haven't endorsed this yet." All right, but you got to remember, it's steps. Like, how many of y'all got declined and would love to get it reversed? Love to get that second review. Okay, like meaning she came with the right energy. All right, y'all remember when she said she was on the phone listening to jazz music, it kind of relaxed her. So when she talked to them, they would say, "Hey," one that said, non-combative, not saying, "Hey, I'm about to drop litigation on y'all." Straight, cool, calm, collected. That made that person on the phone say, "Hey, by the way, you can email them. Make sure you title it Attention Lending Team." All right, so those type of beams you get by being civil. You get by being nice.
That's true.
A lot of y'all too rough and too tough. All right, you gotta know when to be hard and when not to. All right, you gotta know when to be soft, when not to. All right, in this situation, sometimes you gotta be a little nice. All right, even if not the etymology of nice. I know people are like, well, nice means stupid. Okay, we get that, people, but all right, but show good being civil, and you'll get a lot of answers that you're not even looking for. You may able to email the department. Less than 24 hours later, she was able to get her hands on $7,100. All right, 24, 40 hours after that, the credit card is coming. So as y'all can see, this shit is real. All right, and with her permission, all right, I'll post that